Now, for the past few years, the luxury car sector has been dominated by the likes of Jaguar, BMW with their 7 Series, Mercedes with the S-Class and Toyota with the Lexus. But one car which should also be in that list is Audi's A8, a car that has that perceived rarity value because you see so few of them on the road and still has that ability to turn heads. Now, the A8 has been around for nearly 4 years now, and personally I think it's a gorgeous looking car. And there's one thing that Audi engineers and designers are very good at, and that's coming up with hot versions of their cars. There was the S2, the S4 and the S6. Well, now Audi engineers have gone back looking through their desk drawers at headquarters for that letter from the magical Audi alphabet, the letter S. And this is what they've come up with, the S8. Now, up till now, the A8 range has consisted of a 6-cylinder 2.8 litre engine and V8 3.7 and 4.2 litre engines. Well, now the S8 ups the stake considerably, especially in the power department. The S8 gets a whopping 340 brake horsepower engine, as well as being linked to that Quattro 4-wheel drive system, Tiptronic gearbox and the sports suspension. Now, everything is pretty much standard on the S8, as you would come to expect on this sort of car. You get climate control, there's a superb sound system, and you get satellite navigation as well. Although you don't get the conventional system we've seen before with a TV screen. Instead, you get a little display on the dashboard which tells you the route. One other great idea, though, is this. The solar sunroof. Now, what the solar sunroof does is there are solar panels in the sunroof, top of the sunroof here, and on a hot day when the sun is shining, energy is stored up in those panels, which then, when you're away from the vehicle, the energy from those panels allows the climate control system to carry on working whilst you're away from the vehicle. It's absolutely amazing. Now, the main rival for the S8 is Jaguar's XJR V8, but the Audi wins hands down in terms of accommodation, both for passengers and in terms of boot space. Now, where Jaguar always claim that you can fit 2 sets of golf clubs in the rear of their cars, with the Audi you can get the 18th green in as well. So, what's the S8 like on the road and how does it drive? Well, let's see, shall we? And enjoy. The A8 really is a radical car in design and concept. The body is all aluminium, or should that be aluminum, like the guy in the TV ad calls it, and the Audi space frame is unique too. The car is packed with safety features: front airbags, 4 side airbags, ABS and ventilated disc brakes, plus EDL, which is a traction control system, and of course not forgetting the Quattro drive system, which makes this car so sure-footed on the road. The use of aluminium in car production has a very positive effect on environmental pollution, and that means that 90% of the aluminium in this car can be recycled, and that also makes the car a lot lighter, which helps tremendously with fuel consumption. This S8 will return around 27 to the gallon at a steady 75 miles per hour, which is excellent for a 4.2 litre and a V8. So what's it really like to drive? Well, you put your foot down and the power just keeps coming and coming and coming. It's a very, very fast car indeed. In fact, you have to be so careful because you soon find yourself going far too fast. The suspension is very good. It's a sport suspension on the S8 and it's firm but very comfortable ride. And also the suspension has been lowered by 20 millimeters, as well as firm anti-roll bars to reduce the body movement. For such a big vehicle, it has all the feel of a thoroughbred sports car. Handling is excellent, the brakes will certainly stop you, although I did find that there was a bit of softness in the start of the brake pedal, but once your foot goes down, don't worry, you'll stop okay. It is a very fast car though, 0 to 60 in just over 6 seconds, top speed limited to 155 miles per hour, and for me, you couldn't find a nicer way of getting from A to B and doing it in style, comfort and with speed. So, what is the main competition for the Audi S8? Well, really the only other large sporting saloon on the market is the Jaguar XJR V8, and that's had a tremendous amount of acclaim, and rightly so. But for me, I really like this car. I've grown to love it over the past few days. And I think also the fact that you don't see many A8s out on the road, that adds to its exclusivity. I mean, let's face it, in some areas of the country, BMWs, Jaguars and Mercedes are almost 10 a penny. So what will an S8 cost you? Well, £7,000 more than the 4.2 Quattro Sport and over £10,000 more than the Jaguar XJR. So if you want one, get out your checkbook and write £62,000 in that little box, and an S8 will be yours, and believe me, you won't be disappointed.